Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 32 of my Regrowth Let's Play. Last time, we got the Firestone situation sorted, or at least I have myself some Firestone ore. I'm definitely going to need to use the method I showed to go find some more over time. Today, I want to start working towards, one, getting a proper power system set up with a high-pressure railcraft boiler. At least I think I'll end up using a high-pressure boiler. We'll see. And I want to get all of these nether ores processed. I'm sick of them sitting around being potential goodies and not actual goodies. So that means I need to put them through a regular furnace to smelt them into regular ore. Oh, actually, I can toss them straight into the smelter. I'm not sure if that was available for everything before. The problem with tossing them straight into the smeltery is the emerald fluid pipe and wooden engine combination, well, it causes problems. As such, we're going to build something that I know does not cause buggy problems. I know that the BiblioCraft developers are aware of the issue and are likely working on a fix so that the emerald fluid pipe no longer causes deletion of little bits of fluid when you are siphoning multiple fluids out of the same tank. However, it is something that is going to take some time, and I don't want to wait. So, what we're going to do, we're going to grab a seared faucet. There it is. And we're actually going to stop using the seared, the casting basin as well, and we're going to switch back to the ingot caster. We're going to get that ingot caster right on top of our hopper, extracting everything into that chest. And we're going to put the seared faucet pouring into it. I believe this will work. We're going to toss some nether iron in just to test everything and get some fluid in there. And while we're waiting on that, so the seared faucet works by right-clicking or will start functioning every time it gets a redstone signal. As such, we're going to build a very simple vanilla redstone clock. And to do that, we need to go like... this? No, not like that. We need to go here and like that. It is a 6x2 build. You're going to put your redstone torch right there. You're going to put a repeater facing off this way, which I'm going to set to 4 ticks of delay. And then you're going to run your redstone back to this block. And as you can see, that creates a very simple clock pulse that will apply a new redstone signal to the faucet every 4 ticks. That way, it should keep it flowing basically continuously. Soon as we have a little bit of nether or iron ore melted into 4 ingots apiece, we will be able to see. Now, while we wait for that to make sure that the test happens, I have a bit of an announcement to make. I am already sick of not having creative flight after having it briefly. It is gone now. As such, we are going to be doing a server event to kill the Ender Dragon, and boy is he going to die fast with the entire group of us together. We're going to do that on Saturday. That is 2 days from today. I'm planning to do so at about 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's GMT minus 5 right now, I believe. I will double check that and put it in the description below with a link to a site that will show you exactly when it's going to be. And now you can see that it is working. There you go. It's not going to distribute things very quickly, and the signal will turn itself off just about as fast as it turns itself on. But this will eventually clear out all of the iron, and now I can get things like the gold, the... what else can I run through there? Osmium? Will nether osmium work? No. Okay. Tin, I bet, will work. Yep, tin will work just fine. Don't want to run tin and copper at the same time. Rutile? Rutile would work. Well, no, you have to smelt that first. So maybe this will only take care of some of the nether ores, but that's alright. That's largely because I don't have a giant pile of cobalt or ardite. but we can get the iron, gold, copper, and tin through here, and honestly, that's enough for me to get a good start on things. Speaking of tin, here you go. There. And this should just keep itself busy for quite a while, building up a bunch of ingots in there. I'll need to come through and empty that chest eventually. Okay, so, as I was saying, we will be fighting the dragon as a server on Saturday, the 20th of March. No, sorry, the 21st of March at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1400 Eastern, and I will place a link in the description below that will show you all of the times. It should localize the time for you. So all you need to do is click the link and see what it's going to be at local time. Sorry for the short heads up, the short notice on this. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But I can't wait, so I can't do another week of episodes without that. The event will be live streamed and then will be edited down into an episode for YouTube. So you will be able to join in watching on Twitch if you are not able to play at that time. Alright, so this is the nether ores taken care of. Everything is slowly becoming some goodies for me. With all of that happening, I do want to upgrade my storage options. So we're going to check out in What the World Embraces the Size Matters quest. Switching metals between block, iron, and nugget form gets kind of annoying sometimes. Fortunately, you've discovered a drawer mechanism that will convert between the three states as you desire. Just place your ingots, blocks, or nuggets of the same type in the drawer and withdraw whichever one you want in the normal manner. The metals will auto-convert to whichever level you try and pull out. So the storage drawer, which is really... the compacting drawer, which is really, really awesome, made with a couple of pistons, a regular drawer, 5 stone, and an iron ingot. So it's not something you can make right away. You do need to get yourself into the iron era before you're able to craft these, but you're not really going to want them before you can make iron anyway, so that seems like a fair compromise. You know what I need? I need cobble, and I need planks. There we go. And, hey, where'd my crafting thing go? Assembly Halo, go! Excellent. So first let's actually, can I autocraft the... No, of course not. I'm using the wrong kind of plank for that piston recipe that I have saved. Lever, iron, cobble. There we go. Grab that, clear those out. Shift, left click, shift, right click. Now I can craft the pistons. So that is... Let me think. I'm going to want 1 per type of ingot that I currently have, and I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and make 8 of them. So that's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 16 pistons. And I'm going to need a bunch of storage drawers to make this happen. I don't know if I have any extra. I have a bunch of extra upgrades. That doesn't really help. I suppose I could clear out some extra by emptying a few of these. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and make what I need for storage drawers. That seems like the better option here. I know I have a pile of chests. Well, I only have 3 chests. So we're first going to need more chests. And then we're going to want exactly how many of these? 8 1x2s. I need the 1x2s specifically, don't I? It certainly looks that way. And the 1x2s are made 2 at a time, so I'm going to need a total of 8 chests. Well, I went overboard. What else is news? Oh, they have to be the same material. There we go. And now I can finish up the compacting drawers with some more smooth stone. Fantastic. By the way, I have confirmation from the developer of storage drawers that the functionality where you can open a chest that is underneath the storage drawer will be restored in the future. I'm excited and looking forward to that. Then I'm going to start building a workshop area over here. So we're going to go ahead and set up our compacting drawers like so for the time being. And we can start filling them up. So, of course, iron in the bottom center where it is most important. You cannot right-click on the block of iron to add all of your iron ingots, but you can right-click on the iron ingot, and it will convert them all into blocks of iron. So I think that that's cool. We're going to have steel right above it, so we'll put titanium off to the side, gold, tin and copper and bronze on top. Yeah, that'll work. This will work. This will work. I am happy. I am happy. Boom, boom, boom. Empty these out. Wow, that is a lot of copper, actually. Too much tin, too much copper, too much aluminium. Ooh, we'll put aluminium up there, and we can move the... Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, give me you back. And now, we are somewhat vaguely organized. How did this happen? Who are you? And what have you done with purple mentat? And the aluminium. Here we are. Yeah, I'm liking this. That is a pretty neat little wall. I think that I think I'm gonna set up storage drawers also for, well, do I want to set it up for the redstone and glowstone? Huh. That's an interesting question. Will it auto-convert between glowstone? Let's find out. We'll just put a stack of glowstone into one of these. Well, it certainly seems like it will. Oh, yes, it will. There you go. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but now you have an easy way to craft glowstone dust out of glowstone blocks to keep your 4 glowstone per block. That's actually kind of cool, because the only other options for that are like the enrichment chamber, which is not really an early game thing. So if you're watching this, there, storage drawer developer, question, is this intended? And if not, well, I'm sorry everybody, use it while you can. Where was I? Right, more metals. We have refined steel in here, because we've used all of our steel to make refined steel, because why not? And I suppose... You know what, I suppose right now I don't have... Well, that was a mistake. I put my scythe into the compacting drawer, and it seems to have compacted it into nothingness. Oh well. You know, that's actually kind of a useful thing. Like, if I just keep a stack of... if I just keep an empty compacting drawer around, being able to quickly convert glowstone into blocks like that, kind of neat. Or, for that matter, lapis. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. That is a fun little hidden functionality. Oop. Apparently this is stressing the server or something. Certainly having some issues. Refined steel cannot be compressed, just so you know. Alright, that's enough playing around with the compacting drawers. I am happy with these. I think this is going to be a fun system of storage. So, I hope you guys like this too. We're gonna... Oh, hey, look, my scythe reappeared. Yay! So, we're going to definitely be building ourselves a little workshop in this area, making use of these. And you know what? I want a stack of steel. I like that it pulls out exactly a stack when I left-click it like that. And that stack... It does leave behind the extra ingots, as you can see, because it requires one more ingot than you can actually directly decompress from a set of blocks. Cool. All right, this is really good. I'm extremely pleased. All right, let's move on. All right, the next storage upgrade on the list that I really want to get into, even though there's no quest dealing with it that I can see, is the drawer controller, because this allows some really cool options. I'm going to need a couple more regular 1x2 drawers. I wish I had thought of that before I used them all up, especially considering the quest for the storage drawers themselves. Well, that gave me 4 more of the compacting drawers. I mean, for the compacting drawers themselves. So I only needed to make 1 and I got 5. I could have avoided making as many as I did if I had just thought it through a little. I needed 2 drawers, so that works out just great. I'm also going to need a pair of comparators, redstone comparators, made using nether quartz, redstone torches, and stone. And that allows me to get the storage drawer when I add a diamond to the mix, and of course a bunch more stone. Because we wouldn't get anywhere without lots of stone. I need to farm more diamonds. Now, the drawer controller does some pretty cool things, which is going to allow me to make this system more compact. If I place it right here, this is basically a block that can be interacted with and will input items into all of these blocks. So if I were to grab, say, a hopper that I do not have the materials for. Oop, that was stacks. I don't think I will ever get used to the fact that things have been changed from what I was used to. So let's make another quick hopper, because it's not like I will never not use more hoppers. And if I stick that inputting into the drawer controller, and then I were to put, say, a bunch of iron ingots into the hopper, well, you can see that the iron ingots are traveling out of the hopper and inputting into this block? No? Well, it's supposed to be working. Oh, it found the nearest block where it could go into and is inputting into there instead, which is honestly the exact functionality I should have expected. So don't expect that you can leave empty blocks and have this work. You're going to need to make sure you actually have things filled in. So where did I leave that bronze? Or did I even leave any bronze around? Don't know, actually. That could be an issue. Let's see. Bronze? Anywhere? No? I probably need to make some bronze. Okay, well, that brings us to one other good thing to note. If you were to come over here and simply add a redstone signal to this, you will stop the smeltery faucet from flowing. And then you could... Oh, wow. Right. We better not stop that smeltery faucet from flowing. Clearly, there is a pretty large backlog of materials. It's not even through the iron yet. And this thing is pretty much melting things as fast as they input. So we're going to go ahead and let everything clear out of the smeltery before we try to do any more work with that. We're just going to leave it alone for the time being. But if I were to create some bronze, which you're no longer able to do in your inventory, then I could have it in here. And if this block were full or none... Oh, did it just get tossed in the hopper? It did. Well, that doesn't seem to have done anything good, because that seems to have caused it to disappear. Interesting. Apparently, if you toss a compacting drawer into a compacting drawer, you lose your compacting drawer? Let's test this functionality. No. Apparently, if you throw a compacting drawer into a... Again, no. Did the hopper hawk get it? No. Huh. I really don't know what happened to that other compacting drawer. It seems to have just vanished on me. Oh well. C'est la vie. Anyway, if you don't have anything in your, like any empty drawers connected to the drawer controller, it will search up to 12 blocks away from it. So right now I have 1070 in my gold block. If I toss these in, you can see that that is starting to increase. In fact, you can watch it happen live. That's pretty cool. So you just need to make sure you don't connect anything that's not already configured to a specific item to your drawer controller, and then it works just fine. So why would I do everything by hopper when I have better options? Well, the answer plainly is that I wouldn't. We're going to put the drawer controller underneath the drawers, actually. And we're going to run some pipe into it. And we're going to do so like such. Drawer controller there. Grab my BiblioCraft bag, which is right here, actually. I will need a engine, a emerald transport pipe, and a collection of other pipes. We'll grab 3 gold and some quartz, because those are my favorites. So the emerald. The best way to power that is going to be the most space saving. It's going to be to put the engine underneath. I'll give it some power. Bam. We cannot run it here because we do not have plugs yet to easily stop it. But we can run it just like that. And in the future, we will be able to put facades and such on top of these so that it basically looks like blank earth. Okay. And now, the emerald transport pipe should start pulling out as soon as it gets enough power of this chest. Should have started pulling out of this chest before now. What seems to be the problem there, emerald transport pipe? Whitelist. Okay. Oh, is the quartz transport pipe not connecting to the... Oh, I think I might see the issue. Maybe I have to input into the top of the drawer controller? Let's find out. Actually, let's set you here, and you here. And then... No, it just doesn't want to connect at all. I don't know if this is a storage drawers issue or if it is a BiblioCraft issue, but either way, that's disappointing. I was really hoping to be able to pipe into this with the transport pipes. And quartz transport pipes usually don't have a problem connecting to an inventory, as you can see. Alright, well, that means time for a different plan. We will assemble such. I don't want to have to come and mess with this manually. I do not want to have to move my items from the smeltery output into the storage drawer setup by hand. So we are instead going to run these into a hopper connected to a drawer controller, because that is going to be necessary for the time being. And we can input into the side of the hopper and then run like so. And now we should be able to see items getting pumped out of the chest and into the hopper. Maybe? Why are you not cooperating? Emerald transport pipe. Okay, yes, that's accurate. It should be pumping a stack at a time out of this chest. Do I have to pipe out of the bottom of a chest? Is that what the problem is? If that's the case, then I'm going to be relatively annoyed. This is getting frustrating. I'm starting to remember why everyone jumped ship away from BiblioCraft as soon as they possibly could, because the piping is non-intuitive. Also, the chance of explosion was never very popular. Okay. Final redesign. Nope. This just does not want to work for some odd reason. Why is this chest something that I am unable to pipe out of? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. I'm doing everything that all of my experience with BiblioCraft and all of my experience, all of my time reading the wikis says should work just fine. Alright, well, it's piping out of the wooden transport pipe. Apparently something broke in emerald transport pipes recently. From what I understood, they were supposed to function as the same way that the wooden ones would, except they would pipe a stack at a time. Huh. Or maybe the default functionality was altered. Let's find out. Maybe it is defaulting to whitelist and nothing is whitelisted. And as such, I need to change the default to change it to blacklist with nothing blacklisted. Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, we needed to make sure that we blacklisted nothing to get it to pump everything. And it's pumping faster, but it's not pumping a stack at a time, that's for certain. Actually, I don't even think it's pumping much in the way of faster. Alright, well, something changed on me with the emerald pipes since the last version, which I did not expect to. As such, this took a little bit longer and was a little bit more fiddly, but that's BuildCraft, folks. It takes a while and it's fiddly. There we go. But everything's getting piped into the hopper, which is putting it into the proper place now. So that's pretty neat. That took a while. Hope you guys have enjoyed the more iterative approach and the sorting out things on screen. I got mostly positive comments about that in the last time I did this, so I'm trying it out again. For those of you that hate it, I apologize. This build should have worked in the first place, and the only reason it didn't is because something was changed on me. Alright, let's get to something new and exciting. We're going to make on making some cool new stuff for the Ender Dragon fight that is coming up. Specifically, I would very much like to have another ranged weapon, because as good as the Terra Blade is, I want to see what the other options are. Especially that new option that was added, the Crystal Bow. Crafted with Dragonstone, the Crystal Bow is a ranged weapon with the capacity to generate arrows from mana. Similar to the Living Wood Bow, it'll repair using mana, but carrying arrows is not required as they are created through magical energies. Given the lightweight and flexible nature of the bow, it can also fire at a much increased velocity than a conventional wooden one. That's the exciting part for me. So 2 Dragonstones and a Living Wood twig. Not that interesting. How about just 2? Living Wood twig is going to require a couple of Living Wood. And the string is going to be the fun new thing. I'm low on string. That's okay. Luckily, I have an abundance of spidery essence over here, which we can use to make more string. And then we can put that spider essence back away, even though we're running low on it. Excellent. Ooh, too much essence of spider. So, it's just going to take the 3 string. I do have you shut off, yes? Yes, good. Because these nightshades and day blooms are going to be producing more than enough for tiny incidental usage like that. And now we can create our crystal bow. Just need to get that Living Wood twig made. And here we go. 1 crystal bow. So, this is going to be enchantable. We're definitely going to want to work up to, I think it's, is it power for bows? Yeah, power is the bow damage enchant. Punch would be the bow knockback. That would be also cool to have, which I might spend some time getting. But even as it is right now, as you can see, it fires rather rapidly. You just gotta wait for that those pixels to fill themselves up. Apparently too rapidly. And it's just their regular arrows. So if I were to take this outside, I should be able to kill a creeper in a couple of shots with the basic version. Unenchanted. Let's see if we can find a creeper and test this on. Ooh, there's a skeleton. That'll do. Yeah, that's pretty good. Also, it doesn't, this might be, oh yeah, it does slow me down just as much. Ha. Yup, I like the bow. This is pretty cool. And a fully pulled back bow with power 5 on it is going to be able to do more damage than this Terra Blade. And it's also going to be much more reliable at range, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I might regret this decision, but we're certainly going to be making the best use of it that we can. Oh, what was this? Oh, right, efficiency. I was going to work on upgrading my efficiency. I'm just worried that this book has so many extras on it. In any case, I'm going to get this bow enchanted off camera, and then we're going to start working on Thaumcraft. The very best part about having this crystal bow is the ability to take all of those arrows I've been collecting and toss most of them straight into the void chest. I'm going to save some of them because they are useful for certain applications in Thaumcraft, but most of them can just go away forever. So, speaking of Thaumcraft, let's get going on that. The very first quest in The Way the World Feels. Small rifts permeate the world around you, perhaps you can use them in the art of thaumaturgy. Is Capping Show. You recall that capping a stick with small amounts of iron produces a crude thaumaturge's wand. There's not much you can do with it currently, but making it can't do much harm. Creating this early on is probably a good idea. So what you're going to do, you're going to use some iron nuggets to create a couple of iron caps in that little helmet pattern there. And then you're going to surround a stick with your iron caps to make the iron capped wooden wand. Be careful on direwolves, they will spawn even in places where it feels like they shouldn't be able to, because they follow wolf spawning code, but do so in the wasteland. I believe that if you replace your ground with grass, you're actually safer than I currently am, because I have all of that cracked sand in my workshop area. There we go. Oh, and this. I think that the problem with this is every time the chunk unloads, it forgets that this is supposed to be an enchanter, and that takes care of like half of the light problem. Anyway, we'll put some more torches up just in case. So hopefully that won't happen in the future. That'll do. Okay, so once you have your wand, you can hand that quest in, then craft the caps with a stick to attach them to the ends, making yourself the most basic of basic wands. You get 9 iron ingots as your reward, so this is something that it's definitely worth doing with your first 2 iron ingots, as you will get a greater return than you put into it, which is always nice when you're dealing with very low resources in the early game. Oh, interestingly, it's asking, oh, you know what we need? We need what the world teaches. Now, you have unlocked the quest Thaumonomicon. Thaumonomicon. Yeah. Anyway, one thing you can use the iron wooden wand for has become apparent. If you wave it at a bookcase, it will transform the bookcase into a magical tome called the Thaumonomicon, which keeps record of your knowledge of thaumaturgy, updating as you learn more. And this is the basic book of Thaumcraft, and it contains everything that the mod can offer, as well as all of its add-ons. You need this book to do anything with Thaumcraft. So get it in the world, right-click it with your wand, and poof. You have created your first Thaumonomicon, and probably the only one that you will need to create. Now, you might notice a few new features in the Thaumonomicon. For example, a search bar, if you are needing to find information on specifically... what's something that I can look up? Say I'm over on Golemancy, but I really want to know about auras and nodes. I can just search it and then right-click it, and then left-click it, and then when I back out, I will be where I was. That can be very, very useful when you're swapping between pages and researching many things, especially if you're like, hey, I want to make Goggles of Revealing. I forget, though. How do... Oh, you know what? It's not letting me... I'm on the page of Artifice with Goggles and Revealing, but I'm forgetting how to make research notes. Tell me, please tell me. And then to clear it out, you need to right-click, or maybe double-click. Anyway, it's a little finicky. You're going to need to click at it a few times, because I assume the mods, or the add-ons to Thaumcraft slowing things down a bit. For your efforts, you get 8 experience drops and 3 more books, basically replacing the books that you spent on the Thaumonomicon and giving you more experience drops, which are always useful. Unlocking the Thaumonomicon does allow for more quests in The Way the World Feels, but you will need to create yourself Life Through a Lens. Complete for yourself Life Through a Lens and Boiling Anticipation before you can really do much anything else. The most important of those 2 is Life Through a Lens. Now that you've got some elemental shards, you can use them to tune a lens to the primal energies in the world. This is what you needed to get the essence of shards taken care of and create the first few shards that you had before you could even make this. This will then allow you to scan blocks and items in the world to analyze what aspects they consist of. and it tells you how to make use of the the thermometer, which is what we're creating now, which I will cover next time. First thing first, for the thermometer, you're going to need a mana lens, and the mana lens, as you remember, is created with mana steel and glass pane. So, where's my glass? It's in here. I am all out of glass panes. That's unexpected. That's okay. Easy fix. Here we are. And we'll turn these into a single mana lens. I imagine that I ran out making lenses for all of my other goodies. Now, in that mana lens, I am going to need to use a couple of order shards, which I am not even certain where they have gone. I know I stashed them somewhere, but the question is where? Ah, I put them back in my magic crops chest, because that makes perfect sense. I'm also going to need a couple of gold ingots. You know, I kind of miss the non-shift left-click functionality now that I don't have it anymore. Thermometer. There we go. And it doesn't want to shift-click because of the mana lens not being a stackable item. But there you are. Once you have the thermometer, you get 32 Essence of Shard as a reward. Meaning if you've got the extra gold, this will speed you along very much in the early game, getting you the ability to create something like 10 more shards right off the bat, which is nice. And the final set of the first quest is, seems there's one other thing you can do with your wand for the moment. Use it on a mundane cauldron, embellishes it with the ability to dissolve items with their component aspects when it contains boiling water. Fill it with water is simple enough, and boiling the water should be possible by placing a heat source such as lava underneath the crucible. We're going to go create ourselves a crucible using 7 iron ingots to create a cauldron, placing that cauldron in the world and whacking it with our wand. There we are. Gives 4 cans of water because we needed another way to store water that wasn't buckets. And as it tells you, if you have any sort of heat source, which I'm just going to put it down right here temporarily to show you, we'll use a torch underneath it, put the crucible down, put some water into it, and give it a moment, it will begin to boil. Cans are very nice because they are a stackable bucket. You can carry multiple different, you can carry multiple blocks of water in a single space. And this should begin boiling. Maybe the torch won't work. Maybe I'm thinking of the Ex Nihilo crucible. Maybe I really do need some sort of fire or lava underneath. I don't remember if I can use cans on lava. Let's find out. Does not appear so. Or at least, you know what? I don't even know if I can use cans to pick up water. Again, does not appear so. Oh, yes you can. Okay. But yeah, you can fill cans with water in any tank. You just can't fill a can with lava. If you want to get a can, something like a can full for lava, you're going to need the refractory capsule. Hang on. Oh, lava can. Maybe it does work. Weird. Anyway, you're going to want the refractory capsule here, made from refractory wax, which you're going to need to track down bees to do. But cans seem like they work just as well. It's just not cooperating right now for reasons. So, grab a bucket of lava. It probably is the seared glass is the issue. Put it underneath the crucible, and it will eventually heat up. Let's find out if I can get water out of one of these seared glass. No, definitely not, because putting the can of water into the seared glass consumed the water can entirely. Anyway, there you go. There's your boiling crucible like it says in the quest line. Next time, we're going to go through and we're going to do a bunch of aspect scanning with our thermometer. We're going to unlock as much of the different aspects as we can so that we can then get into some Thaumcraft research and make some new cool abilities as we get ready for the Ender Dragon fight. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If so, please leave a thumbs up and tell me what you liked. If not, leave a thumbs down and tell me what I can do better. Either way, you will have interacted, and I will continue showing up in your subscriber feed. And I will see you next time.